It has definitely been a while since I've posted any videos on here. I just got back from a little trip up north. After all these months, heading up to Show Low, Arizona. We're going to be meeting up with my brother and dropping my mom off at her sister, or actually at my cousin's house in Show Low, and heading out to whatever. Have some fun, little paddleboard, little kayak, a little bit of fun. So, be checking in with you off and on all the way. Here we go. We're over here. We're fixing to head on out of here. And there he goes. Loading it up. Got the van. We're doing the van life thing. Van life thing and a Sportster, or whatever you call that. Sportage.
Yeah, the Kia.
The Kia Sportage and the van. Oh, darn it. My van looks fantastic right now. And just because it really is. I don't have this. This is his. And that car is actually silver, not blue. So that is a Sur-Ron bicycle.
Electric moto.
Morning, folks. Here we are up at Knoll Lake area. Camp spot from last night. And getting ready to get the day started. It's about 5:30 in the morning. And yeah, time to get up and make some coffee. Yep, good night's sleep last night. Brand new bed. The trip was mainly to test equipment. So I have my little cheat sheet here. By the way, I have to apologize for, I watched a couple of my own videos and I noticed that a lot of times I get to talking so fast I don't know if you can understand what I'm saying. So I'm going to try to think about that and slow down this time. So, the last video I did, I was talking about all the changes I was making to the van, and I'm going to discuss those, which yeah, it was great. All the tests worked out good. There was a couple things I didn't get to test, which was my toaster, my little camp toaster, and my oven. I just want to be able to bake fish in that oven, but I've seen people do it. I know it'll work. I just want to see how long it takes, you know, that kind of stuff. The toaster, I'll do that someday. I could hold that over a fire if I wanted to toast a piece of bread. But let's get to the most important part. On the sink video that I did, where I was talking about the sink, one of the comments on there was to, instead of just buying putting a hole in and putting a sink in the van or in the counter, why don't I just buy the faucet and use a regular? Well, for me it's like a big duh. I don't know why I didn't think of that, but I didn't anyway. So I went out and I bought this faucet, and man, game changer. Just wonderful thing. I loved it so much I bought another one. But that really was a super thing, and there's a piece here to show you. My new water faucet spout. Awesome. The point of this was a comment that was on the sink video. The woman says, why don't you, because I was talking about you putting the sink in, and she says, why don't you just get one of these, and that way you can put whatever you want there. So I already had a silicone collapsible, or tubs, whatever you want. You don't have to put a hole in your counter. So I got all my counter space still, and that does all of the water tricks that I need. Awesome. The next thing was the toilet. I changed toilets. I usually use the Luggable Lube, which is absolutely the best, probably the best toilet you can get out there. But it just depends on what you need, and you know, space is a big deal in a caravan. Mine is a caravan. It's not a Grand Caravan, so it's even shorter than the regular ones. So you know, space is a big deal. So I don't know the name of it, but you'll see. And I just bought a new one, but before that, it was a good old Luggable Lube. And to me, this is the very best choice for a toilet if you've got the space. And typically, what I would do, I mean, you got that. It looks like a toilet, you know? So, but what I would do is I would just carry stuff in there, but it does have this stink bomb thing in there to keep it from smelling too bad. It never got anything wrong with it, but it just took up so much space right next to my water. And you know, if I wanted to get to it, and I'm parked like in town, whatever, then I'd have to get out of the van because it was always in a whole other spot. So I just didn't want to do that no more. And I still got it, and I ain't going to get rid of it because I think it's awesome. But what I did do is, let me show you this. Oh, come on now. So inside this container, this little thing here, is, I don't know how, I can't even read that. But anyway, there's a toilet. It goes inside here. It's a nice little container. See, that fits right underneath my cooler perfectly. So I can get to it anytime I want to. That's kind of the point of all this. So what it is just this thing right here. And it's expandable. I think you've probably seen them. So you just take that and spin that baby around. Lock it into place right there. Whoops, I didn't get it up far enough. Let me make sure it's upside down. Lock it into place. I think it holds like 300 pounds or something. I'm 180, 190. And the problem is, though, when you get into it, it ain't exactly like a toilet, you know? I mean, that thing comes all the way down. And it's got the little holes you can see through it, which is fine. Comes with these bags, which, I don't know, they're just bags to me, but anyway, you can put whatever you want in there, and that part comes up to, let me get that. See what all is being seen on this thing. Okay, so yeah. So this whole thing comes up, you know, it's just a little flimsy kind of thing feeling, and, but you can also use it for a chair, or whatever you want. But at the same time, when you're all done, you just take this whole thing and unlock it, collapse it all the way back down again. I think. I don't look right. I guess because I got it crooked. And it comes down nice and flat like this, goes it back in the bag and gets under the spot. This is, it's nice for what I'm looking for. The Lugabaloo is still my favorite. My drone. I bought a Holy Stone, a G720, I think is what it's called, last year. And I've flown it in the backyard, which is not a big deal. But when I got it out there at the campsite, there's no internet whatsoever. Now, the Holy Stone makes its own wireless connection, and it connects to your phone. And I had to upgrade my phone to even make it work, because my old phone didn't have the proper protocols, wireless protocols for that to work. So I did, but we were up there, and I had it up there flying. I'd taken off, and I didn't even go through the directions. I watched a couple of videos and just started flying. That's not how you do a drone. You need to read up on it, for sure. So, needless to say, I crashed a lot. And the props are all still working, but I'm surprised. To me, they should have been chewed to smithereens. That thing got beat to pieces. They are tough. We'll say that. I gave it a good bounce checks, a whole lot of them. And from pretty, up to 20 feet, the connections was not good. At one point, the thing was just kind of flying along great, and it just went boom, straight down. And so, yeah, I'll have to do a lot of practicing. But we are going to have some of that. We're going to have some of that footage on there soon, which is making no promises on when. Anyway, so the next thing on my list was the air conditioner, the one where I put it in the side. So it works great, folks. I mean, you can get that thing down to just cold as can be. The problem is it's an AC unit, and you could, put enough stuff on there in your car to run that, or your van. But I'm not even adding a battery, not one battery in there. I don't have the space for nothing. That's why I'm doing all these things to try to gain some space. And but so what happened was I have a little generator I could put in my rack that I have, that I can carry around. If I wanted to go somewhere hot, like right now, if I wanted to go somewhere, like even in Sedona, it's hot. And the thing is, the generator works, but the gas tank is so small that it probably every hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, you'll have to fill it up. So it just don't work good. You need to go someplace where you can plug it in. Other than that, it works fantastic. You got to make a little boot for it, and I used my old mattress because that's another thing I bought. But the old mattress has good, thick, foam, not memory foam style, but I don't know, that composite style stuff that's all kind of blown together. It works really, really good in there. It keeps that thing really well. But I got to finish the boot, and I don't know that I want to even mess with it because the idea of not being able to, plugging in is $25 if I or whatever it is expensive to me when there's so many free spots. So I don't know. We'll worry about that some other point. Big time important. I took my front seat, not my front seat, but the passenger seat out of the van, and I built a little pedestal for my cooler. Excellent. I mean, other than the problem you can't put nobody else in there, no one can ride with you. It is so nice having that spot. Underneath it, I got a place to put my new toilet, which you'll see that, and my mess kits, and just a bunch of other stuff right in front in the floorboard. You got that whole area there. When you're driving down the street, you can reach over. I got it facing so I can pop the things over and just reach in and grab something if I want to, and I don't have to turn around. I don't have to pull over. I don't have to do anything. And man, it's just so nice. Even over bumpy roads, I put these just L brackets to hold it in. They're a little tall, so I got to raise it too high. When it's slowed it down, it's kind of heavy. But I might change something on that. But other than that, unless I need to, it's 4 bolts. Take that out, and the other one, the seat can go back in with the same 4 bolts. And it's not really a big job. Take about probably a half hour. So, man, that's just great. I mean, there's so many people that are doing it, and it's awesome. Like I said, I took my front seat out, like I said in my last video. I took the front seat out, and I put a, little pedestal or whatever down there, platform. Put that baby on there with these L brackets to hold it in place just from sliding around, that's all. And that is a game changer. What a bunch of space. I mean, and then underneath it, you got space for my new collapsible toilet and mess kit, boots, all kinds of stuff right up in the front. Up in here, there's more space up there. There's just lots of room now. And right there, from there to there, all the way. Look at that. Well, I mean, that was nice. Home now from the trip. I left here, what was it, about 9 o'clock Thursday. It is now Sunday at 10 o'clock at night. So, and this is the ice thing that I was talking about before that I made. So that thing was full, and it was a solid block of ice, and that is still there after 4 days. So the rest of the ice, I put a bag of ice in here, just one bag or half a bag, and that's gone. But that right there is still, so everything in here is still cold. It works like a champ, just letting you know. And then the curtains, oh man, so the slats on the last video I showed, I had these little window slats to make it look like country style, like little white little spots in there. I didn't use those because they just got to be more of a pain in it than they were worth. But the curtains turned out great, as you'll see. They look good to me, and so I went with these ranch style curtains. They don't match exactly with the rest of the colors, but that was the best I could get. And it is so nice to be able to see out the window without, having those posters stuck. I love those posters, but I want to see what's outside, and it's just nice. So it was a good thing. The curtains look great. It makes it look more homey, and I like it a lot better. So the last thing I want to talk about is a video I watched, and it was a woman sitting on the side of the road, or not sitting. She was parked on the side of the road. She had a full-size van, a camper conversion van. It was, a regular one. wasn't, I mean, it was older, obviously, but it wasn't, like, although everything looked good, there was nothing messed up about it at all. And she woke up in the morning, one morning, she does this all the time. She lives in the van because, you know, out of choice or whatever, I don't even remember, but she lives in the van. And someone had put a note on her windshield, and I'm just going to paraphrase it and break it all down. Bottom line, it was just saying, assuming that she was a drug addict, or the person that was in there was a drug. I don't know if they ever saw her or not, but whoever had that van was a drug addict, and is telling them, go back to Midtown, you tweaker. So, you know, she was upset about it. But it got me to thinking, now when I bought my van, it was the paint was fine, and I kept it. I don't like silver, and I don't like white. Those are the two things I bought. And I bought two cars at the same time. One was silver, one was white. It was because they were great deals, and I bought them. A long time ago, though, there was a bus company called Silver Eagle, and that would be the big stars would have one of those vans, and that's how they would travel. And you know, you'd have bunks like on a in the Navy, they had bunks. The guys, well, in the buses, you'd have a suite in the very, very back where the star would be, and then you got all these bunks for the rest of the musicians. So anyway, I thought that was cool, you know. And so when I got the van, instead of it being a Silver Eagle, I called it my Silver Sparrow, and I was, you know, kind of proud of that. I never did put that on there which is where I'm going with all this stuff. So over the years, which I've had that thing since 2015, May of 2015. The paint is shot. I mean, it is bad. And I thought about painting it, and then I thought about not painting it. Reason being is, if it looks really, really good, then I think people assume that there's good stuff inside there. I mean, I've seen some really good looking ones, and a whole bunch of them have these really, really fancy stereos and other stuff that's built into it. I don't want them thinking that. You know, I don't want them. I don't have all that in the first place. My stereo is a $20 Amazon stereo because I just don't listen to music. I know that's goofy for a musician, but I'm not the only one that's like that, especially as you get older. But anyway, so, and then the flip side of that is, if it's trashy, or not trashy, but if it's ugly, you know, then people go, oh, that poor guy, he needs some help. And I'm not trying to say I'm out panhandling or nothing, but the thing is that hopefully they'll be looking at that and go, there can't be nothing in there. That thing's nasty, you know, doesn't look good. At the same time, you've also got where, you know, you're parked on the side of a road or something like that, and a cop comes, he thinks you're a tweaker too. So, you know, you're going to get the knock. I've never got the knock because I've only done the in-town thing once, and that was at Coronado Beach in California. The videos is on here. And that was fine. That was where I got irritated and wanted a sink. And it was after that I made the video. But anyway, so the question is, I'm asking you guys for opinion. Now, this is a tough one. It really is. I already kind of have my mind made up, and I know your opinion, my opinion, and it's opinions. I don't care, but I am curious. I'm curious on your opinion. It doesn't mean I'm going to make my decision based on that. But like this faucet, an opinion can make a big, big difference. And someone could put their opinion in there, and I have to, even if it's never crossed my mind, it makes a big difference. That faucet was a thrill to me. So I can look it up and see it, but I don't remember your name. But thank you so much. That was fantastic. So anyway, the question: if yours looked like that, would you paint it, or would you leave it the way it is? That's pure and simple. You know, there's pluses and minuses on both sides. I would like it to look better, but I don't want it being bothered by people. So, big question. Kind of like the whole thing. Put a sink in there because I want that water to run. I don't want to have to get out every time I want to get water, or leave it alone. You know, that was the question. And then the other person come up with that. That's good. Question, opinion. Good. Helps. But anyway, if you got questions, let me know. And if you don't mind, just leave your opinion on the paint part. I would certainly appreciate it. And if you got anything else you want to add, go right ahead. And if you like it, subscribe, thumbs up. I thank y'all for listening, or watching and listening, and we'll talk to you later for sure.